Okay, let us now discuss question number 19 from the practice sheet. Question number 19 says, a straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. A man standing at the top of the tower observes a car at an angle of depression 30 degrees, which is approaching the foot of the tower with a uniform speed. Okay, so what it says is, on a straight highway, okay, there is a highway, and on the highway there is a tower in the middle of the highway, and there is a man standing at the top of that tower, and when he observed the highway, he saw a car coming towards the tower. Okay, if I am standing at the tower, I can see there is a car coming towards me. What it says is, when the man observed the car, the angle of depression for observing that car was 30 degrees. Now, since the car is moving towards the man, the angle of elevation will gradually increase. Okay, the angle of elevation should increase. Angle of depression should increase. If the car is moving away from the person, the angle of depression will gradually decrease. But since the car is coming towards the person, the angle of depression should increase. So further what it says is, which is approaching the tower at the uniform speed. So the car is moving with a uniform speed. It means the uniform speed term, it says that the car is moving at the constant speed. Generally you have seen that we do not used to drive our car at the constant speed. Somewhere if traffic is more, we used to press the brakes, and when there is an open road, we used to drive very fast. So, but in this question, the car is moving at the constant speed. Its speed is not changing. Okay, for example, it is moving at a speed of 60 km per hour or 70 km per hour. The speed of that car is uniform. It is not getting changed. So what it says is, 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degrees. Okay, so what it says is, when the man observed the car, the angle of depression was 30 degrees. Now since car is approaching the tower, that's why the angle of elevation should increase. And what happened? After 6 seconds, the angle of depression becomes 60 degrees. So car has travelled some distance in these 6 seconds such that the angle of elevation is 30 degree, it is become 60 degree, that is the double of 30 degrees. Okay, find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. This point means it is denoting the point at which the angle of depression is 60 degrees. So let us try to draw the diagram of this question. Question number 19. Let us say this is the ground level and this is the highway. On this ground level, this is the highway. Okay, I am observing this highway from the side. Okay, it's a side view of the highway, and on this highway there is a tower. This is a tower. Okay, and let us say this AB is the tower. The height of the tower is not given. A person standing at the top of the tower, that means here at A point, he observed a car coming towards the tower. So let us say at this C point there is a car which he observed. So this is the line of sight. Okay, this is the line of sight, and this is the horizontal level from his eye. So what it says is, to observe this car at this C point, the man has to bend his head 30 degree downwards. That is, the angle of depression means this angle is 30 degrees. Okay, this angle is 30 degrees. So this is point C. Okay, let me draw it again. This line is not straight, so let us draw it again. This is the horizontal, this is the tower AB, and there is a point C on the ground. This is the point C. So this is point C at which the car is currently, and this angle is 30 degrees. Okay, when the car is at point C, the angle of depression is 30 degrees. Now after 6 seconds, the car approached towards this tower and the angle of depression becomes 60 degrees. So let us say at some point D, like this, let us say there is a point D. When the car is at point D, the angle of depression becomes 60 degrees. Okay, the car is initially at point C, it approached the tower in this direction, and from this direction, from this point, the car is now at this D point. So the angle of depression becomes 60 degrees. Okay, that is just double, and this much distance is travelled in just 6 seconds. Okay, in just 6 seconds, this much is the distance travelled by the car. So what I can write for this question is angle of depression will increase if the car approaches or car moves towards the tower. Okay, when the car moves towards the tower, angle of elevation, angle of depression will increase. If the car is moving away from the tower, the angle of depression will reduce. So here it says that the car is moving at the uniform speed, that is the speed by which car is moving is a constant. So I can say let the speed of car is equals to x meters per second. Okay, let us assume the speed of the car is x meters per second because it's a constant. Now the distance CD, the car travelled this much distance in just 6 seconds with the speed of x meters per second. So just by using the formula, speed is equals to distance upon time, which implies distance is equal to speed into time. So with this speed x and this much time, so I can say that this CD distance is basically 6x meters. Okay, the CD is 6x meters. Now what is the task? Task is to determine the distance travelled by the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this D point. So I need to calculate the time taken by this car to travel this much distance. Okay, my task is to calculate TBD. I represent it by TBD, that is the time to travel BD distance. Now we have understood the question and we have identified the unknown quantity. What should be our next task? Again the same task that we used to do in every other question, that is to determine the right angled triangles. I can see there are two right angled triangles. First is triangle ABC and another is triangle ABD. In triangle ABC, in this bigger triangle, in triangle ABC, I can see this line is a horizontal and this is the ground level. So these two lines are parallel. So this angle is 30 degree. So definitely this angle should also be 30 degree because of alternate interior angles. So this angle is 30. With respect to this 30 degree, I can see this AB is the perpendicular and this BC is the base. Okay, so I can write tan of angle 30 degree is equals to AB upon what is BC. In place of BC, I can write it as BD plus 6x. Okay, BC is equals to BD plus 6x. So in place of BC, I can write BD plus 6x. x. Okay, now this is 1 upon root 3, so you will get BD plus 6x is equals to AB root 3. This is a condition. Okay, now observe the next triangle ABD. In triangle ABD, you can see this line and this line are parallel, and this AD is a transversal. So if this angle is 60 degree, this angle has to be 60 degree. That is again the alternate interior angles. In this triangle, this is the 60 degree angle. With respect to this angle, this is perpendicular and this is base. So again here also I can write tan of angle 60 degree. We can use tan theta, tan ratio, and this will be AB upon BD. So from here you will get, this is what tan 60 is root 3. So you will get AB is equals to root 3 BD. Okay, AB is equals to root 3 BD. So using this condition and this condition, try to observe both the conditions. I can substitute the value of AB as BD root 3. Okay, in place of AB I can write BD root 3. So using these two equations I can write BD plus 6x is equals to AB की जगह पे हमने root 3 BD लिखा into root 3. So this will give you 3 BD. So you will get BD plus 6x is equals to 3 BD. Okay, 3 BD, and from here you will get 6x is equals to 2 BD. That is, the value of BD is equals to 3x. So what is BD? BD is this distance. But is my task to calculate the distance? No. My task is to calculate the time taken to travel this distance. So I have the distance 3x, I have the speed x. I can determine the time taken, that is time taken is TBD, and TBD should be equal to distance upon speed. You can use this formula. From this formula, time is equals to distance upon speed. Distance is 3x upon speed will be x only, because the speed of the car is a constant. The car is moving at a constant speed. So if the car is moving at a speed of x meters per second from this point to this point, the car will definitely move at the same speed from this point to the foot of the tower. Okay, so this will be 3x upon x will give you 3 seconds. Okay, TBD is equals to 3 seconds, time taken to travel the distance BD is equal to 3 seconds. So it means if the car is at this point, the car will take only 3 seconds to cover this BD distance or to reach the foot of the tower. Okay, this is the distance. Again, this question is also very important question. You can see the concept for this question is also same, but only the thing is here we do not need to calculate the distance. Our task is in this question is to calculate the time taken to travel that particular distance. Okay, so time is important, and for that we have related speed, distance and time, the 3 different parameters. So this is the solution for 19th question. If you just take this question as a question to calculate the distance BD, then this question seems to be very simple. The only complexity that arises is to calculate the time taken to travel this distance. Okay, but don't try to get confused. Don't get confused here. Try to understand how the time, how the distance, and how the speed are related. This is the formula you know very well. Just the application of this formula. Please mind it. This formula seems to be very easy. That is, speed is distance upon time. But the application of this formula can be very complex. Okay, application बहुत complex भी हो सकता है. So this is the solution for 19th question. Let us move to 20th question. Question number 20 says the angles of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meter and 9 meter from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary. What is complementary? Complementary means the sum of two angles is equal to 90 degree. Okay. What are supplementary? Supplementary means sum of two angles is equals to 180 degree. Okay. If the sum of two angles is 180, I will say they are supplementary. If the sum of two angles is equals to 90 degree, then I will say they are complementary. So it says prove that the height of the tower is 6 meters. So try to understand the question. It says the angle of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points. So definitely I am observing the top of the tower from 2 points. Which are 2 points? The 2 points are located at a distance of 4 meter and 9 meter from the base. That is, the 2 points are located on the ground and they are 4 meter from the base and 9 meter away from the base. Then it says from the base of the tower and in the same straight line. The 2 points lie in the same straight line. Okay. For example, here is the tower, the 2 points lie on this line. It is not happening that if tower is here and one point is in this direction and another point is in this direction. It is not saying that. It is simply saying that there is, on the same line there are 2 points. One is 4 meter away and another is 9 meter away from the foot of the tower. Okay. If it is not said that the two towers, the 2 points are on the same straight line, what I can assume is this is the tower and one point lie in this direction 4 meter away from this point, from the foot of the tower, and another point is in this direction, that is 9 meter away from the foot of the tower. Okay, but question clearly says that they lie on the same straight line. So there is a significance of this line also. Okay, the 2 points lie on the same straight line. This is very, very important. So let us draw the diagram first. Question number 20. This is the ground level or the base. This is the tower. Let us say this is A point, this is B point. So foot of the tower is point B. From this point B, there are 2 points. One is 4 meter away. Okay, this is, let us say, C point, which is 4 meter away from this point B, and another point is 9 meter away. Let us say this is the D point, and the distance between this B point and D point is 9 meters. Now if I observe the tower from this C point, my line of sight will be this one. Okay, and if I observe the tower from this D point, my line of sight will be this one. This is the D point, and it says that the angle of elevation formed. What are the angle of elevation? This is one angle and this is another angle. So the angle of elevation formed at these 2 points are complementary. It means the sum of the 2 angles is equal to 90 degrees. So if I say that here the angle of elevation is theta degrees, then I can say the angle of elevation at this point is 90 minus theta. Okay, the angle of elevation at this point is 90 minus theta. Now my task is to determine the height of the tower. I need to determine the height of the tower, that is this h. Okay, so we have identified the unknown quantity, we have drawn the diagram. Now next task is determine the right angle triangles. The 2 right angle triangles I can see are triangle ABC and another is triangle ABD. So I have identified the 2 triangles. Now the relation between the 2 triangles, the common thing, h height is common to both the triangles. Okay, this h is common to both the triangles. Now if I observe this triangle ABC, I can see 90 minus theta is this angle, and with respect to this angle, this is perpendicular and this is base. So I can write tan of 90 minus theta, okay, tan of 90 minus theta is equal to, this is 90 minus theta is equal to perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular is h upon base is 4. Okay, perpendicular is h upon base is 4. Now, what is tan 90 minus theta? You have studied in trigonometry that tan of 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta. Okay, tan of 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta. So, in place of tan 90 minus theta, I can write cot theta is equals to h upon 4. So, cot theta is equals to h upon 4. It means, what is cot theta? Cot theta is 1 upon tan theta. Now, in place of cot theta, I can write 1 upon tan theta is equals to h upon 4, which implies tan theta is equals to 4 upon h. So, we have got this tan theta. Now, observe the triangle ABD. This is the bigger triangle ABD. In this triangle, with respect to this theta, this is the perpendicular and this BD is the base. So, again you can see this is perpendicular and base. So, the trigonometric ratio to relate both the quantities is again the tan theta. In place of tan theta, this is tan theta, which is AB is h upon BD is 9. Okay. Now, what is tan theta? We have identified the value of tan theta here, which is 4 upon h. So, I can substitute this value in this equation and I will get 4 upon h is equals to h upon 9. So, from here I will get h square is equals to 9 4s are 36. Now, by square rooting, both the sides, you will get h is equals to plus minus 6. Okay, h is equals to plus minus 6. Now, but h represents the height of this tower, so height cannot be negative. That's why I will reject h is equals to minus 6, and the value of h that will be obtained is 6 meters. And this 6 meter is AB, which is the height of the tower, and this is what we need to prove. So, hence proved. This is the height of the tower. Okay. So, in this way you need to solve question number 20. It's an easy question. Only the complexity arises when this 90 minus theta or the term complementary, you need to understand the terminologies. Okay. Otherwise this question would be very difficult for you. So, this is the solution for 20th question. Okay. You can note this, then we will continue.